Hello and welcome, dear friends, and welcome to another episode of the Daylight Webcast. This is actually episode 12, and I am still your host, Olivier Day, always here to welcome you on this path of photography, motivation, and life lessons, which we try to bring you at every single episode, and always appreciative for your time and availability. On this episode, an exciting guest that we're taking a little bit off the beaten path of photography, but we're still staying within the creative realm and always staying true to our motto of motivation and empowerment, and always trying to get better every day in every way. Chef Alain Lemaire is co-owner and executive chef at Sensory Delights Catering out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Chef Lemaire is an insightful individual, man full of wisdom and passion and drive, and someone whose message I've really resonated with me in the fact that I've been following him a lot on Instagram, especially, where he's basically just hit 10,000 followers, which is no small feat. Chef Lemaire is actually right now helming a food and wine festival out of Port-au-Prince, Haiti, which is actually my hometown. So it's sort of it's nice going back home and actually talking to him live from Haiti, as he took the time off of busy agenda to actually speak to us directly. So it's a shorter interview that we're actually used to compared to our other episodes, but it's no less awesome, that I guarantee you. So I really do appreciate your time and availability, and of course I do hope you'll forgive the technical difficulties that might appear in the episode, such as choppy audio at some points. But I do appreciate your time. Of course, your comments are always welcome, so I do invite you to please leave them at the end of the episode, leave them on the YouTube page, leave them on the Facebook and on the Twitters and all that wonderful stuff. So please, again, do enjoy the episode, and as always, do subscribe and share. Really appreciate it. You listen and have a joy. Here, man. Okay. And on the dial, we are here for another episode of the Daylight Webcast. Hello, friends. Hello, viewers, and all over the world. Hello, YouTube. Hello, the blogs. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in for this other episode. I know we've been on a long hiatus, but again, personal matters notwithstanding, we're here. And, I'm so excited about this episode because, as I mentioned on the blog post, for anybody who's been following, we're basically shifting a little bit from photography, but we're staying in the ring of, awesomeness and staying motivated and trying to keep on driving and grinding. And the individual that I have with me today, and as you know, I like to surround myself with people who do stuff that I can't do. And if it's one thing that I've always had to eat a very large sample of humble pie, it's cooking. Again, it's not a macho thing. It's the fact that I can cook. Let me just emphasize that I can survive. But it's always been an admiration of mine throughout the culinary arts and how something can just drive you to such passion and you just execute to greater and greater heights. And the individual I have with me today is not just an acquaintance. He's also a friend. And it's very fortunate that I've had him to be available right now for us, because he's actually live from Haiti to Goué-Saveur La Cave, La Réserve, doing such awesome stuff that I'm sure I'm going to let him get into. And I'm talking about none other than Chef Alain Lemaire, CEO and executive chef and co-owner of Sensory Delights out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Chef, hello.
Yes. Hey, how you doing? Good. Thank you for having me over.
Oh, man, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for being available, because I know you've got such a heavy agenda. So, it's always I can only be thankful for you for your time. And thank you so much for being here. So you're from Haiti. How's everything going down in Haiti? How's the action going on in La Réserve?
Well, it's a typical Thursday night. Some business going on, for a restaurant and stuff. So, well, we're just having fun while doing it.
Isn't that great? Just have fun doing what you love. Chef, thank you so much for your time again. What I want to get into, again, tap into, of course, the creativity behind your drive, because anybody who follows you on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter just knows how much of a dedicated and passionate individual you are through all your endeavors and everything. And having known you personally, I feel so privileged to actually see one of my friends actually, just do bigger and better things. Of course, I'm talking about the excitement that everybody felt when you just a few weeks ago, when the episode of Cutthroat Kitchen, Molasses, More Problems, just aired. Yeah. And it was such an exciting time. I know it's always fun when you see, an episode, for anybody who enjoys watching Food Network. It's always fun because, again, we can only imagine how the entire food thing has just exploded and the celebrity chefs and stuff. But when it's actually somebody it's like the Olympics. You just want to root for your person, for your man. And I'm just like,
Yes.
I want to congratulate you for something that was so exciting. And I can
Thank
only
you. Thank
imagine
you.
what you lived through. And it will probably, I know there's the magic of television behind it, but let's just dive into it. How was it? How did you get vetted? Did you apply? Was there a selection? Did they call you up? How did that
Um,
happen?
One of my good friends, she lives in California and she does a lot of food, TV, a lot of things on TV for Food Network, NBC, and stuff like that. And her good friend, who's one of the recruiters, casting agent, was asking her for chefs, Caribbean chefs, and she connected us together. And from then, did an interview, applications, and all that stuff. And then I flew into California to do the filming.
Okay, that must have been a trip.
Yeah, was quite interesting.
But from again, I'm not sure if you're on any form of like non-disclosure agreement or anything. But let's just go for the competition as well. It was extremely. I must. It was something. Again, they're trying to make soup out of a kitchen sink. It was
Yeah,
pretty insane. How does that feel when you have no idea what the challenges are? They give you no hint whatsoever. You just show up.
yeah. You just
Man.
show up and they tell you, okay, now you need to do this dish, and you get your ingredients, and it's whatever time they tell you on TV, and this is exactly the time that they give you.
Okay, so that's
The
real. So the clock is real.
clock is real. 60 seconds to get your ingredients, and you have 30 minutes to cook your dish.
Man.
And the sabotages are real. So it's not like they show you that somebody's cooking, like I was cooking in the kitchen sink, and then they cut it off, and then I finished my soup in something else. No, everything was done with the sabotages they give you.
Okay. So from a creative standpoint, you really have to step up your game.
Yeah, definitely. You have to really be on your toes, step up your game, be creative, and be assertive because I even at points during the competition while you're cooking, and all of a sudden another sabotage come up. So if you're not paying attention, somebody else might get it and give it to you.
Wow. So that's the pressure. That's a lot of pressure. Live television plus again, you would think, and that's the thing, because you cut back from it, and I'm just gonna say it from a totally biased standpoint, because you're my man. The thing is, pound for pound, effort wise, and somebody who deserved it. Everybody I spoke to, everybody on the Twitters were just like, you deserve. Again, it's a spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen the episode yet, but we're just gonna say it out. You really deserve to win. You really, really did.
Yeah,
Because that last round was a killer with everything you had going on against you, and for you to just execute, it was something. And again, just going out from your perspective, like with the experience of having gone through that, would you do it again? Were there things you would do differently?
yes, heartbeat. I would do the show in a heartbeat. Probably spend less money in the second round, but um, was a little bit caught up in the heat of the moment. So, but I would do it over and again, and it's a fun experience. It kind of makes you realize how much you can do, your potential and stuff. So, yeah.
Well, that's a good draw. That's a good draw because you really need to actually put yourself out there, and that's got to be something. Because again, it's just you. It's not just you. It's your entire palette. It's your entire exercise of everything you've learned. But take us back to the beginning, chefs. Like, where did it start for you? Like, do you just wake up one morning? It's like, you know what? I don't just want to do spaghetti. I want to do spaghetti a la mode or something. How
um,
did it start out for you, chef?
well, it's started off back here in Haiti actually. Um, the used to attend some activities with my mom and was seeing the ladies cook. And on top of it, I love food, so watching them and wanted to replicate it. So I would go home and practice on my own from what
Okay.
I've seen they were doing. And over the years, the interest grew up more, and I wanted to be in the hospitality field, not specifically in the cooking department, but in the field of hospitality. And it really clicked senior year in high school, when I really, really found that in that dire need to be in the cooking field, and went to visit a culinary school, and from that point on, the rest is history.
You've certainly done great things because I really enjoy all your posting on Instagram. Oh, by the way, congratulations on hitting 10,000, man. That is
Yes, thank you,
something
thank
to
you, thank
just,
you,
that is insane. That is
thank you, thank you.
insane. Okay, I'm like, wow, that's got to be something. That is something to celebrate. I saw that posting. I'm like, man, keep doing it. That's just,
Thank you,
that's
thank
just
you.
awesome. And that just speaks to how many people how many people your message resonates with, and how much inspiration you're just drawing from, again, because it is a big place. But it's not just that, but I really appreciate everything you're doing through just like trying to educate and trying to open everybody's eyes to different possibilities, not just in the culinary field, but through anything that you want to pursue. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't easy, just growing and just like just trying to make your feel. Were there any moments of doubt? It was like, okay, is
Yeah.
this really what I want to do? How competitive is it? Like, run us through the entire mindset of just like trying to make your name out there as a chef.
It is very challenging. Um, most of us have the get to a point where we get comfortable and where we are as a in a career, working for somebody, working for an industry, and we're pretty much helping that in, that that company, that individual build up their names. And once you decide to get out of that system and pursue to build up your reputation, your name, then it becomes very challenging. You know, um, you don't have all the assets at your disposal. You don't have um, that much leverage to rely on, and it's just you to build it up. It requires you to be honest with yourself and honest with your with your customer, your clients. Um, Always working hard, working twice or three times as hard as you used to, just to make sure that whatever you deliver is worth is quality. The quality is good. The flavors, everything all together represents you. Because at this point, you work for you, and you want to showcase you. Because at the end of the day, a chef pours his soul in the plate.
Okay.
So when people eat what you do, they can feel what you're going through at the moment. They can say, "Oh wow, this plate, Chef Lemaire did this,"
So
without
you're
even
saying that it's
knowing.
very important to remain authentic.
Yes, be yourself, be authentic. Um, Always be honest with yourself, what you want to do. So it takes time, and I mean, I guess 12 years later, I finally was able to burst out to where I am right now. And there's still more road. There's still a long way to go, and I never see myself as, oh, I've made it and I've reached my goals, because my goals are bigger than what I'm doing right now. So
Okay.
this is pretty much the stepping stone for myself to get where I want to be.
So you're still trying to you're still aiming for the next level. You're not there yet.
Yes, no, I'm not stopping there. Want my name to be synonymous to one of the great chefs. Also, if you're looking for a Haitian chef, I can that my name becomes one of the references. I know there's a lot of great Haitian chefs and they're doing great things also, but I want my name to be right there with, when they say Haitian food, they say Chef Lemaire.
You want it to stand out in the legacy. Oh,
Yes.
that's so noble. That is so honorable, and I wish you nothing but the best. But I want to
Thank
take a
you.
second on that one, because the thing is, and this is just my own personal perspective. The thing is, if I can compare it to the music industry, it's the same way. If you want to walk into, I don't know, I was just a record store and just like looking for an actual a CD of a Haitian artist. You're not gonna find it aside from from a local Haitian store that's gonna sell CDs, but it's just like Haitian cuisine. The thing is,
And again, aside from seeing it from the only time I saw a Haitian restaurant profiled in stuff like Diners, Drive-In, and Dives was Tap Tap in Florida. But
Yeah.
what do we need to make it out there, Chef? The same way, you need to reference Chinese food, Thai food, Szechuan. What do we need? What do you think, in your perspective, in your humble perspective, what do we need to burst it out there for our cuisine to actually make it out there?
Um, I mean, the major thing is standards. We need to uphold standards, and that's one of the biggest issues we have. Everything is like we say in Creole, JPP, Gel passe le passé.
Hmm.
So we need to start building that mentality that our food doesn't have to be restricted to the foam box that most restaurants use because it's mostly takeout.
Mostly takeout.
Yeah, you want to establish a place that kind of have the experience, not just eating, but just to go out to share experience. You know, recipes, service, and make sure that everything is harmonious, and that way our food can start taking the next level also. And um, most places, like since they are to go, they are takeout places, they don't serve the standard portions of what you would find at a restaurant,
Okay.
and it's just it's just how we grow up eating the food, the beans, the rice, and stuff like that. But there are different ways you can be creative with the food, and once people start thinking outside of the box that Haitian food doesn't have to be necessarily how we perceive it now, it can be different. That's when we can start being known more as our cuisine can be known more. But like even still now, a lot of people like foreigners when they come to Haiti, they love Haitian cuisine. They love the flavors and everything. But if we want to go into having those establishments that are well known and worldwide, that's what we need to start doing first. Establish standards.
The standards. All right. In both service and quality.
Yes.
But paralleling with that, because I know not just that we're just gonna we are gonna cover your experience with Sensory Delights and everything, because I think you guys are doing great stuff. But I just wanted to parallel that, since you're in Haiti, I just want to cover all the stuff that you're involved in, because I know you're also very involved with Le Chef TV show on
Yes.
Télévision Nationale, local TV station there. And I know the first season, the launch season, was a really really big success. And I was just wondering if you just like want to do a little bit survey, just an overall overview of how the project went about, and how it was embraced by the locals, and what you saw in terms of chef presence, and what's the overall feeling of the response to the TV show, because I understand they're having a second season.
Yes. We're actually in the planning process for shooting the second season. We're just waiting on some few details to fall through so we can start doing the shooting. We're looking forward to do it as of next week.
Yeah,
Um,
that's soon.
yeah, but the first season was pretty good. It was pretty much a pilot. We're
Okay.
testing out to see how the public would receive it, their interest about it, and the interest was pretty good. Very positive response. We do have a lot of things to work on to modify and to make it stand up against other cooking shows around the world. But for a first, it was pretty much a success.
So you're happy with
But
it,
there's
the
there's
overall
never been
response?
yeah there's never been some this type of show in Haiti, a battle versus chefs, Haitian chefs, and we're not only limiting it to Haitian chefs, we're opening it up to any chefs, whether they are here in Haiti or they're overseas, and if they can travel to come over and compete, so the door is always open for that. Um, we did a grand premiere night, and we had over 300 to 400 people who came to
That many.
see, yeah, to come participate at the event. We had a big screen, which where we showed the first episode. Then there was a live battle also that same night.
That is insane.
So everybody was thrilled because it's different. It's not common in Haiti at all. So
It's not something you've ever seen.
no,
It's nothing. Even growing up, I still remember Bon Appetit, Bonne Santé, but
yeah,
that's as far as it goes. But
yeah. We used to see those little, cooking shows, the ladies on TV, but nothing to that level of production, to that level of to the. I mean, it was like full-fledged production, cameras all over the place, and
man,
you
everybody came
know,
together.
the challenges were real and everything also.
Man, that's certainly great because the response was great. On Google Plus, on Facebook, everybody was just responded so well. Plus, the coverage was insane, and I know you put in a lot of your personal involvement as well because you really pushed it out, and it's something that when I realized there was going to be a second season, it was just like yes, this is going to keep going. So it's really going
Yeah,
to keep going. So you talked about the fact that we have a lot of we've got a lot of Haitian chefs going around. And again, I'm guessing it's a growing community. There's a lot of love within the community. You guys are basically seeing each other eye to eye and really supporting each other.
yeah. I mean, um, the majority of the chefs I know, we all have a pretty much the same drive, the same motivation is to showcase Haiti from a different perspective, and we end up working together, not a lot, but a few on different projects, and especially things that showcase Haiti. We have a food festival in Miami called Taste of Haiti, and it's pretty much almost not to the extent of the wine and food festival, but something similar.
Okay.
So all Haitian chefs come in, and they showcase their talent, and people get to experience chefs that they might not even know existed in the community.
Oh, that's great. Well, in your training, in your background, because I really want to touch on that as well, because it's just for my personal interest. Because what would you say what's the gender gap in the culinary field, not just in Haiti, but in your own personal experience? Is it more women versus men? Is it vice versa? Is it equally shared? What's the landscape like for men and women within the culinary field?
At one point, you'll be surprised. It was mostly men. Um, if you look outside of Haiti and other cultures in other areas, it was really mostly a man's job. Um, those the pioneers of culinary arts, they were all men. But there are a lot of women now that can stand in the kitchen and manage an entire kitchen by themselves. You know, the I was reading an article not too long ago, and it says that the guard is kind of shifting, so there is becoming equal where there's a lot of women chefs and men chefs.
That's insane. That's good. That's good because that was the impression I got, thinking that maybe it's just mostly men when quote unquote it's equally shared. But it's good to see. It's good to see. I was really wanted your feedback on that. As far as oh man, got so much I want to talk about. But as far as the coming week is involved, so you say that you're still in Haiti for the coming few days
Yes,
for the
I'll be
festival.
here till the end of the month. The food festival starts on the 15th, on the 17th, and ends on the 27th. So
Man,
I'll
what
be
can we
there
expect?
all that time. Yeah.
Man, what can we expect from you?
Man, this is my fourth year doing it. Um, I'm not gonna go all in and to do a lot of different things. There's a lot of new chefs that are coming in town, so I want to leave the stage open for them
Hmm.
so they can showcase what they know, what they have to offer. Pretty much here as a support system.
Okay.
I will have my nights, but I also want to make sure that myself, I can see what they have to offer. We actually have Chef Roble. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that name.
No, unfortunately not.
He's a He's a African American chef. He had a show on Bravo TV.
And he's coming.
He's coming, and I'm doing one event with him.
Wow. Kudos, man.
Yeah, so
Wow, doing it big, doing it big.
I might be a little starstruck, so I don't know.
You deserve it. You deserve it. Toe to toe, toe to toe. Again, like, success and nothing less, my friend. Seriously.
Thank you.
But just on a totally idiotic guy standpoint, like if you had to, for the bachelors out there that, are totally afraid and who know nothing else but takeout, what are the essentials you're supposed to have in the kitchen?
What I do what?
What are the essentials a guy's supposed to have in the kitchen? Because, I think of my brother who grew up in college and he was like, he could not do anything else but ramen and mac and cheese, the universal food of college. But, just for a basic tip coming from a chef, what are the things?
Man, first thing, a good knife, a cutting board, some cooking utensils, pots, stuff like that. And I mean, stack up on veggies, proteins, some proteins that you might not use, just keep them frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, those are the basic things. And spices, some spices. You can buy even those spice racks that already have spices in them. So
why are we so why? And again, this is probably a stereotype thing, but why are guys so afraid of the kitchen? Would you say?
Some think it's a woman thing, whereas women love to see men who cook. I don't know. They're afraid. I guess the main point is they're afraid to look less manly than they are.
That is the truth. That is the truth. I'm probably going at it from a stereotype standpoint, but it's something that I see a lot and I've heard a lot, and that's still going true. It's probably the different mindset right now with the generation gap, but it's been something that I've seen a lot where guys are like, no. I just change the oil in the car and I just mow the lawn, but I will not be caught dead in the kitchen. That's I never understood that point. But man, I know that you're very busy, chef, and again, I understand that you've got a full agenda right now, but again, I'm really want to thank you for your time and availability. And I just want to ask you, going for the people who really follow you on the Instagram and everything, for the people who really tapping into that motivation, because you said something very powerful in the beginning of our interview about just trying to put yourself out there and getting out of your comfort zone. And what would be your words of wisdom for anybody stuck in that rut and just trying to, wake up tomorrow and say like, okay, what can I do to feel a little bit more awesome? Where can we find that drive, chef? What would be your words of wisdom?
I learned that you cannot know what success means until you failed. So if you're afraid of failure, you'll never achieve success. So get out of your comfort zone. It's okay to fall down, but stand back up and keep going. There's no back roads. There's no shortcuts. It's drive, motivation, hard work, and patience.
Patience. We shall learn. We shall learn. You heard it here first from Chef Lemaire, ladies and gentlemen. Chef, again, thank you so much for your time. Again, just seeing you from La Réserve, I just want to go hop on a plane and go home right now, actually go on the beach and have a bubble cool. But, just pour one for me. And again, thank you so much for your time. All the best for the coming week with the food festival. Definitely, I'll definitely put on your references and all your online footprints on our show notes. Anybody who wants to follow you, just follow Chef Lemaire at Chef Lemaire on Instagram. That's basically where he's super power active. Same thing on Facebook, Chef Lemaire. There's no two of them. And such an incredible individual. Thank you so much for your inspiring movement and everything that you're striving forward. And again, we can only learn so much from your experience and your example. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for everybody that was there listening. And hopefully, I have more to give, more to share.
Oh, we'll definitely have another exchange, chef. You can count on that. This has been really a really inspiring conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You do take care. Have a great evening.
You too. Thank you.
Ciao.